Raider Nation, what an exciting time it is, right? It appears we have our coach. It appears we have the money to spend to improve our offensive line, some of our holes on defense. It appears we are on track. We have our pick. Man, we got to play devil's advocate though, don't we? We have to. I know 80% of the fan base is excited about things, and that's exciting. But we know a guy, and we know a story that you need to know, just in case we end up here again next year. Let's call this Plan B. So we know a guy that contacted the Raiders back in 2009. He composed a letter and sent it to Amy Trask on behalf of himself and other coaches who have tried to get into the league. And this letter basically stated that he felt he was going to be the answer to the team. He's going to be the leader to bring this organization back. Okay, the Raiders contacted this person. They had a phone conversation and explained to this person that he needed to climb the ranks of the coaching world and do things in which he wasn't going to do. He didn't want to play the ambitious, hop from one team to the next. He wanted to be loyal. So he explained to them on the phone that he would just continue to work for the team until they called him back again. Well, that was 17 years ago. And we know that this guy has conducted draft reports. He's conducted game plans. He's conducted player evaluations. He has sent emails of advice, hard advice, things you don't want to hear, things you don't want to say to your boss for fear of losing your job. The honest things, the things the corporate world doesn't want to admit. Okay? So this person now for 17 years has watched his prediction of ambitious football coaches come true. We witnessed it this year in college. We witness it every single year. We're witnessing it right now with our current head coach, who, if you check his resume, has been with a number of teams. It's not to say he's not a great coach, a great man. This has nothing to do with who our organization has chose to hire. It is instead the denial of the person who has been there working for nothing, working to make a point, working to be a leader, working to show these kids in this day and age that you have to want something and you have to work for it. Now, let's fast forward 15 years and go back the last couple years. Now we've got an expert running our organization. We all know the backstory with Mr. Brady. Some would say his career was catapulted at the hands of we'll call it a subjective call, in which the great Charles Woodson caused a fumble, in which case this person might not have even started the following year. But the powers that be deemed this person the greatest football player of all time. Let's be honest. The kid's amazing. Tom, you're amazing. You were amazing. You are amazing. But you are not taking your own advice now. We've all seen the videos. If you want something, you got to work for it. We've all seen the videos of you being your motivational speaker. Well, we know a guy who has worked for this organization and is more than qualified. And now we're on the second year of you, Tom, the football expert, ignoring this person. So, we're going to give this information to the Raider Nation who makes the choices for this football team, this tribe. And we're going to let them know there's a plan B out there. If and when, a year from now, we end up right where we were a month ago. Okay? We know that this person also called you out last year. Not publicly, though. And told you that it was going to be a bust. Right? We tried to shove that under the rug, though, didn't we? We tried to shove that so nobody heard about it. That's fine. This person, who we know is not, they're not worried about any of that kind of stuff. They're not worried about being right. They're just worried about things ending up the way that they're supposed to. So, we know that this person has called you out again, Tom. They've called you out again. And this time, everyone's going to watch. Everyone's going to watch and see if you are the football expert that you claim to be. It's one thing to be a player. It's another thing to walk the walk of life. It's another thing to have the courage of your convictions. And it's another thing to know instead of think that you have the answers, Tom. Those are two different things. So we're going to find out this year if your golden boy and all your money are the answer to this team's future, or if it's this other person who's been here working for nothing more than principle. Good luck, Raiders. We know a guy.